of Team SMG side. So far, the way that I see it, Team SMG is just making sure that Todak aren't going to get the meta picks, the Selena, the Phoveus, and now the Jawhead.
Well, I think the main heroes that we have to really pay attention to now that the ban phase is approaching its end with that Jawhead locked in for Team SMG is going to be the Paquito as well as the Cho. The Cho being a very heavily prioritized hero. It's a favorite of Expedia as well as played by multiple members of Todak. The fact that Team SMG have not banned either of these two out means that they are leaving the choice up to Todak. Do they want to ban one out or just leave things open for the draft?
Well, it seems like they faced each other before in the upper bracket finals. They have a better understanding of what each other wants to do. They weren't expecting the win factor in yesterday's games with the Hayabusa being brought to the table, but they are fully aware for the fact that they do play tank jungles. But as of yet, now, the theory-wise here has been proven thus far. Expedia's Rafaela is a force to be reckoned with. Do they want to prioritize it or do they want to get a Hayabusa? It seems like it is going to be the Hayabusa. So, this is win Hayabusa perhaps?
Yep, most likely going to be the win Hayabusa, but Todak instantly making sure they're showing maximum confidence here, locking in both Paquito as well as Cho. High win rates, almost breaking into the 60% for Cho, but we all know Paquito has been an absolute devastating force to be reckoned with.
This is a very intimidating opener coming out from Todak here. I did already mention earlier, Paquito and Cho, these are gonna be heavily prioritized heroes by both sides. Team SMG thinking that the Hayabusa gonna play a bigger role here, and they're gonna continue that, locking in the Matilda and also the Eve.
Yeah, these are going to be comfort picks coming from both these teams, but Team SMG going for the Eve and Matilda. Seems like they want to play the double mage composition, which might be a little bit integration coming from Orange Esports playstyle, but it worked in their favor in yesterday's game. So the Eve is something that SMG did kind of prioritize on, and Todak fell in the hands in this almost near identical draft from yesterday.
Yeah, this is the playoff meta that we were talking about. A lot of Eve, a lot of Paquito. Paquito obviously being, you know, big name stay. Cho has been devastating, but more importantly, Eve as well as the Farsa. You got to take away those counter picks, the Yudsong, anything that basically cancels out their ultimates. Todak lock in the Lunox for themselves. Not entirely sure whether this is going to be a gold laner at any point of time, but fair enough that Moon has been feeling himself on it since their lower bracket finals.
Yeah, Moon has been performing incredibly well on this Lunox, and Todak not falling into the usual bait of instantly replying a Eve pick with something like a Yuzong or even countering with the Farsa. They're quite comfortable going with their more typical pickups. The Lunox not being a very obvious answer to Eve, but can scale up very heavily and act as a secondary carry. The second phase of bans coming out. Sasa's Bruno going to be the first ban from Todak, and Team SMG remove Ruby.
Yeah, definitely. And on top of it all, I'm not going to lie, Todak has faced with the Eve multiple times. Back in previous seasons here, they used the Farsa. Now, they tried the Selena, didn't exactly work out, which a lot of teams kind of integrated it to deal with Eve, but eventually didn't exactly work out too well. You know, maybe some teams they've adapted with maybe a couple of Rafaela or Matilda, but so far for Todak, Lunox seems to fit the picture. You can flex it as much as you can, and it might actually pay off. However, coming to the bans, SMG taking off the Ruby, but the Xbox and Bruno coming from Todak means they are targeting Smooth as well as Sasa's hero pools.
Well, for all we know, Sasa might decide to play something like the Alice or maybe even the Esmeralda this matchup. And Natan, Ruby already being taken out. Todak decide to get rid of the X-Borg as a very quick reply. We finish the ban phase as we move on to the second pick phase so far. The fact that X-Borg is being banned, and as well as Natan, they're keeping a very close eye on Chiku as well as the gold laners, which I'm assuming this time is going to be the Esmeralda.
Well, Todak have been a team that always want to prioritize those side lanes. They don't tend to focus very hard on the mid lane. In fact, usually, Yuves, his job is to roam over to the side lanes and provide assistance to his cores to ensure that they have a better time and get that early game momentum. Now, the second phase of picks coming out, and Todak are going for the Esmeralda, which is an interesting choice here. That means that with both Lunox and Esmeralda, Todak gonna be playing for that late game, but that is something they specialize in. So it's gonna be up to this Paquito to make that space.
Yeah, this is going to be Todak going for the usual strats here. You know, saving up the last one for Chiku to actually flex it up. However, SMG-wise, they've got the rethink the strategy. What are they going to play on Sasa? Because currently, most of his usual heroes are pretty much taken out. Brody is something that both SMG and Todak can play. But that's the thing. It's move on Sasa now. What is he going to play? Are we going to expect maybe a potential Kimi? Maybe, considering that how Orange Esports was able to put a dent in Todak's defenses in the lower bracket finals. Seems like that's going to be the case. Sasa revealing his first ever Kimi coming in from SMG. And guess what? 83% win rate. And this is a pretty surprising stats.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen Kimi very often in the regular season. And in playoffs alone, Kimi has only been shown a couple of times. I'm more concerned because this is going to be an a Paquito versus Thamus matchup. And we know how deadly Formace can be once he gets his comfort heroes, the Benedetta as well as the Paquito. Smooth has his work cut out for him, but if he's unable to handle that pressure, they may call for a lane swap.
Well, the thing about Smooth is that he is very good at holding the lane. He may not necessarily win those 1v1s, but you can be certain that he's not going to lose them either. So perhaps that is what Team SMG is looking for. They know the Paquito is going to be aggressive anyway, so might as well just hold on to that lane. But Todak gonna finish things off, drafting the Lancelot, and ho-ho, look at this. This is a 4-maze Lancelot and a Paquito on Chiku.
I really like the lane swap coming in from Toda, and seems like they've got a pretty clear plan. However, they have to rush this as quickly as they can because SMG looking pretty solid, but they have to rely on Smooth being that frontline tank.
Yes, they do. I'm assuming Smooth is going to take vengeance, but we'll only find out as we get into this game for our very first match in the Grand Finals. Team SMG having a very standard lineup as they want to protect Sasa for as long as possible, allowing Zion Senpai to create space and a kill zone for the team. Todak, they are comfortable with this. Real wall manipulation, more like an extra shield for me as they look to play for the later stages of the game to shut down and close them out with a quick dive in the back line. Let us bring the house down in our very first game of the Grand Finals. Team SMG versus Todak.
We once again return to the land of dawn, but this time it will bear witness and host to one of the greatest battles of the season, the Grand Finals. Game 1, Team SMG on the blue side, Todak on the red side.
Definitely here, but look at this interesting on the minimap as well. We do see an invade coming from Yums, but apparently his SMG doesn't realize that this is happening. It seems like he is going to back off, considering that Vin may be going for a vertical jungling coming from SMG. Zion Senpai getting harassed pretty hard. Vin is forced to come in to provide a little bit of assistance, but look at this. Moon going for the harassment move, going for an early rotation. Can he get the dive on Moon? Expedia dropping, going for the wrap around. And Moon, he might be trapped up. Can he survive this? Nope, he will not. And that's going to be first blood in the hands of Expedia.
This is a great play coming in from Team SMG, but Expedia isn't done just yet, especially with Yums there to harass him. He doesn't secure the kill, but more importantly, they're playing on the strong side of the map. Oh, Expedia, he gets canceled out and is forced to walk away. That means that Todak will have some control over this top side of the map for a while the support is back at base, healing back up and trying to get back into the fight.
This is huge for Toda. However, here comes Sasa. He's going to scare them off. Ooh, do not mess around with the chemical concussion that the machine gun is going to bring to the table. Immediately, Toda felt a little bit of a glimpse coming in from Expedia, and they will back out instead.
That's actually going to be huge there. That was very lucky, because if Yums wasn't there, Chiku would have definitely died to the Ogi Shadow kill, so he managed to take a lot of the damage away. Again, guys, First Blood Bounty, redeem the redemption code, scan this QR code right now. You're not going to have access to it much longer. After all, it's the final day of playoffs.
Yep, I mean, with the chemical reaction here, it's important that he holds it up for as long as possible and only use it when necessary or unless he's got energy. Here comes Momo already with falling storm when he's driving down the real one manipulation. Win can seem to buy a little bit of time, but it's too late as they've already found Lancelot in the backline for Maze. Now having to take the shots coming in from Smooth as well as Sasa. Yums finally goes down. It's a trade 1-for-1 jungler for support, but unfortunately, Todak take the bigger win.
Perfect rotations coming in from SMG, having Sasa to fill in the blanks. However, Smooth getting caught up in between lanes. He might actually fall, but he's going to be fine for now. However, look at the top side. You know, great rotations from SMG, but Toda it was a little bit late coming from Chico, but he was able to force out a couple of nades in the top side. But no, the challenge, no, what were you thinking, Smooth? Why are you still there? He's gonna get caught out. Meanwhile, Win, he has to salvage this fight.
This is unfortunate indeed. I mean, especially since Momo has been playing it well. Expedia now attacking Yums, making sure he is mirroring his motions, making sure that Todak doesn't have their playmaker. A solo kill happening on bot side for Smooth isn't ideal, but at the very least, he's absorbing pressure for Sasa.
We're already seeing from these early oh, hold on for a moment. They're jumping on top of Sasa, but they're not able to find it. He is luckily able to dash away. Maximum charge comes out onto Yums, but Expedia won't be able to chase that down for the kill. Lots of action coming out from both these teams already.
Holy moly, Yums, what is that reaction? This is his first time here in the playoffs, and he's feeling this confident. That was kind of surprising. Meanwhile, Chico is going to get dived on up top, and SMG will get the takedown.
That was a really good fake coming in from Team SMG. They pull away thinking that they're not going to give any more pressure, allowing the Chico to actually start pushing up. And now Formaze is in a little bit of trouble. He's already used the perfect execution to get on out of there, and even a maximum impact to really show the confidence, saying this side of the map is ours.
This is just flexing coming out from both sides right now. Team SMG have been a team so far with the better rotations. That's going to allow them to start off the game with a nice 1.5k net worth lead. But the Turtle is coming back up very, very soon. Win already in position to start contesting it. I think we can expect Formaze to start rotating over as well.
This is going to be huge for SMG. They've got the lane control. They know that Formaze is not ready. They are going to force the Turtle, but now the real munition comes in. They do catch off Yums, and that's going to be one of them down. And Lunox also going to be popping a Brilliance to back off. Moons needs to back out, and Formaze will concede the Turtle. Great defense coming in from SMG, and they will be able to punish this. And now greeting out potentially the purple buff, but Sasa making one this Minotaur here, chipping away very quickly. Toda in no position to contest this, and they will concede mid lane potentially.
This is unfortunate because you can already tell that Chiku wanted to kind of rotate down that bot side, but he was a little late on it, and unfortunately Yums already went down when the fight occurred. So that just means they had to kind of give up that pressure, but they didn't want to. They still wanted to try, even if it was a 4v5.
All things considered, I think Chiku did make the right decision there. His team is not going to be as strong as Team SMG in this early game, so he made the decision to trade out the top tower in exchange for the Turtle as well as mid. Obviously, it's not going to be good for Todak there, but it would be worse if they were to take a big fight and end up losing too many members at once.
Agreed. Meanwhile, Chico, he might be actually caught up now. Looks like he's going to walk in the ramps. The circling heel comes in, and Chico tries to go to Flicker, and he will get the obliterated. Did not expect at all for this ambush. Toda trying to redeem this fight. The Weird Dragon comes in. Expedia going to be taking full brunt of the damage, but they do not want the risk. Win taking them out. Toda will respect this and back out.
There's a little bit of disconnect happening with the rest of the Todak members. It seems like they're playing 4-1. Chiku is doing his own thing, but the rest of the team is just responding around to his calls. Formaze is going to clear up mid side, and the same is Smooth. However, with top side breaking open for Team SMG with 27 more seconds for that Turtle, Yums is now in a little bit of trouble here as Expedia continuing to mirror him.
But in the meantime, Ogi's down on the moon as the maximum charge finds its target. Well played by Sasa. Team SMG putting the pressure onto their opponents right now. They are playing at 200%, rotating around the map and making use of their early game power spike.
Taking a lesson off the page of Orange Esports, and they are doing it right now. Toda is struggling to defend against this Kimi aggression, and even Chico is afraid to push out. So this is going to be an easy Turtle hitting in the hands of Win.
This is some really uncomfortable stuff for Toda. Oh wait, Yums finding the initial count onto Zyme Senpai, who drops the real world manipulation to buy sometimes, but it's a little too late. With the Oki shadow kill, this should be pretty easy for Win to get on. Oh, wait a minute, a kill coming in. Smooth manages to take out Moon in the process. He still has a vengeance in case things get sour, but Sa is there to back them up. Maximum charge onto Formaze. They're too low. They cannot hold this to mid-tier 2.
Team SMG making full use of this Kimi right now. Sasa has basically not been in his lane for the entire game, and they are making it work. They're constantly rotating Expedia and Smooth around with this Kimi to secure kills because they know that she has a lot of inbuilt damage anyway.
Yup, Yum's now going to go over stun. Wave of the Dragon has been expanded. XMG is happy about this, and they will take a tier 1 for free on the bottom side. Toda waiting for the right moment to strike. Chiku is going to be the front line for the side of Toda, as the rest of Toda are going to be coming from the sides. And the storm comes in, they make a dive, and who is it going to be? Brilliance is there, the real motivation will isolate the fight, and 4-Mates will be the first one to take it down. Next is going to be the Yums, but the power of Sasa just too great for Toda to handle. A double kill in the hands of SMG, and just like that, Toda, they get pushed back.
That was really well played. Win making sure that Yums is going to be secured. Moon not even able to get his darkening off in time. He started off aggressive with the Brilliance, and Team SMG immediately punished us. No one is even remotely close to Sasa, and he hasn't even expanded his flicker just yet.
This has been some incredible next level gameplay from SMG so far. They've been playing really well throughout the playoffs, but it seems like they've attained a new level of evolution right now, playing together at levels of coordination I have personally never seen before. And Todak seem to be caught with their mouth agape as well. How do they respond to this aggression?
It's going to be a tough one here, but now with the next turtle coming up, SMG having a 5k lead. Toda, they've got to slow things down a little bit. They need to figure out how to get some sort of fun with Chiku, as he's been dying a little bit too much. SMG seems to be steamrolling their way through, with Win going to be taking in charge. Is this going to be the kill coming in? Smooth taking charge of the situation, looking good. Preemptively pops the Vengeance on top of it. This is not good for him, but will Toda be able to actually utilize this?
Look, he's 7k ahead, losing out the Vengeance. All right, yes, it is kind of a big deal, especially if it's a 1v5, but in smaller situations, 1v2, he can buy a little bit of extra time. It's not the worst thing in the world, but Toda already setting up the ambush, but they see it smooth. It just isn't worth his time. They're just going to continue to hold their position until they find the flank on the Team SMG, as Team SMG now attacking Yums and shoving him out of the purple side jungle.
I'm loving how Team SMG is playing this right now. Momo showing respect over the Smooth, though he might be baiting for Chiku as well, who's hiding in the bush. I'm sure that Smooth is aware that he's there right now. Right now, Smooth is playing as a separate unit from the rest of his team, who is jumping in underneath the inhibitor tower with the real one manipulation already dropped. Moon and Yums dropping real low, but Yogi Shadow Kill secures the kill onto the Joe.
Oh my goodness, what a clutch from Expedia with the gliding beam. He immediately skirts off. Toda could not capitalize it at all. And now, as SMG going for the push, and Toda finally punishes Win for his overzealousness. But however, it's not over yet. They still have Sasa keeping up the pressure, but it seems like playing objectives is going to be the fallback plan coming from SMG, as written from their words in their palms with the markers.
It's all about discipline here. Team SMG is doing a good job at not being overly aggressive, and they're hurting Toda, and right, especially at the joints, kicking them at their knees, breaking down their elbows, making sure that they're unable to move and breathe in this game. If Team SMG keeps this up, Todak is in a lot of trouble.
Well, Lord is going to be up in 15 seconds. Moom gonna run into Chiku here, so he's doing a good job of scouting out the pushes for his team, but Yums might have overextended himself. Circling Eagle jumps in, pushes him back, but he is a... Oh! Never mind! Monster kill for Sasa as he gets the snipe. They're jumping on top of Moon. Will be able to get him as well. Momo, 4-Mates, and Chiku have to retreat, but Smooth jumping into the bush. Chiku with the double jab, we should be able to get out of there just fine.
Yep, it seems like SMG getting a very, very nice pickup. It seems like Toda might not be able to handle this. Momo going to be caught out a little bit more, as Sasa looking for the maximum charge again. But 4-Mates coming through the side. He goes for the snipe down, but he doesn't have the damage. Chiku will follow up with KO punch, but SMG a little bit too strong for this, as Expedia will keep them healthy. Momo going to be redeeming the front for Toda. Yus gets a really nice wave of the dragon. He catches it. That is huge for Toda as they slow down the aggression, but little did they know, Sasa is still the bigger threat. Meanwhile, Toda trying to find a way for the angle. Expedia a little bit out and open. Smooth sneakily trying to rat on this tier 3s. Expedia being the point of focus from Toda is not going to be over yet, as Sasa continues to harass Momo. Momo, he needs to back out preemptively and will use the falling star moon to back out, but Smooth will successfully engage in the tier 3.
That was really, really good. However, Toda can...
Oh my goodness!
Forces here. 3 members to defend, 2 members, and they're damage dealers to take away the Lord under Team SMG's noses. I thought it was a great trade, the fact that Team SMG was trying to break open the inhibitor. However, They weren't able to rotate quickly enough to the Lord to stop Todak, who will bounce back with this Lord power play.
This is classic Todak gameplay right now. This is a team that isn't afraid to trade objectives. They know they are behind Team SMG right now. So rather than challenging a fight and defending,
Zyme Senpai
for the Lord, but they catch up to Zyme Senpai behind. Yooms gonna get caught out in real-world manipulation. Jiku jumping in the backline, wave the dragon, finds move, but he is way too tanky as Sasa focuses down Jiku, but has to flicker away. Win gonna be keeping the rest of Todak away right now. Jiku dropping real low. They were able to chunk down most of the Lord. Smooth now zoning out the rest of Todak. Jiku has the recall. Momo gonna be buying his time as well as the rest of Todak. They're just recalling in the bush.
Oh my goodness, what a big, sick play coming from Todak. Taking advantage of the Lord's position, going for that flank. Surprise enough, they do not lose enough members as SMG concedes their fight. Afraid of the power play coming in from SMG, but Todak, beautiful execution, taking advantage of the Lord and power minions as well.
This buys them plenty of time to try to reach the 42k mark, allowing their cores to actually get all 4 of their core items here, and maybe even a situational one. Now Todak is standing together as a death ball, conceal being used as well to get some position so far, but keep an eye on Smooth as he's looking for that backline, already starting off the attack as they pull away from the Little Wanderer.
Good retreat by Todak there, knowing that they are still behind. It's not going to be wise to take these 5v5 fights unless they know they can get a pick off. That's going to be Yooms' job. He gets poked out of the bush by Expedia, brings Win with him, but that is not the target that they want to go on right now.
Oh, big maximum charge as well, trying to scout a vicinity, open up the map a little bit. Todak will play it a little bit slow, but SMG, they're back to basics once again. They understand there's no point getting a little bit risky plays. They have the power spike advantage in the late game. Do not jeopardize this as of yet. The longer this game goes by, SMG will have the advantage. Calm, cool, and collected. That's going to be the new motto here for SMG.
That's ideal. As we look at the item list before this fight actually occurs, Formates has to push on out really, really quickly, but so far, based on what we are seeing, Momo is going for full tank. I'm not even sure if he's considering getting a Calamity Reaper, or I don't even think he needs it at this point of time. He has to depend a lot on Moon, who's so close to his Holy Crystal.
Yeah, but is it going to be enough though? Todak, they do have the better late game scaling, but Team SMG are so far ahead right now that they should be able to comfortably take fights without too much problem. Obviously, they're still respecting their opponents. This is Todak after all. They have their eyes set on the prize, and if you make a mistake, they will fully capitalize on it, which is why Team SMG is playing a little more passively right now, going around the objective time.
Yup, here comes the cash coming from Use Expedia, getting choked out a little bit, but Todak doesn't want to overcommit this stay as Win gonna harass his way through. Momo gonna be scouted out based on the real manipulation, but Chiku, he went in all alone. He might be a little bit stranded. Can he save his life? The Lunox Redux is gonna be trying to isolate his way through, but Chiku, he survived. He's gonna be fine, but instead the rest of Todak, they find Zyme Senpai, they take him out, and SMG, there's left stranded a little bit more. Todak, they gave their all, but Smooth is still healthy. He's gonna give chase for 4 mains. Chiku will finish it off. Win, but now 4 mains will pay the price as a trade-off, as the trade of blows between both teams are just phenomenal, but still, Todak coming up on top, taking 3 in the bag.
This is an interesting game of tag here. Smooth, oh no, he's now in trouble as he got kicked by Yooms. Moon is on his way to make the difference in terms of damage. He's got the Darkwing ready to pop off here. Expedia can pull Smooth back into safety. A 3-for-1 trade, not ideal for Team SMG, but perfect for Todak as Luminous Lord spawns.
That is honestly going to be a huge swing. That was Sasa's very first death of the game, and now Smooth and Expedia have to try and challenge the rest of Todak as they take the Lord. But this is a 2v4 situation. Smooth right on top of it, jumping on top of Moon, taking quite a bit of damage from the Lord as well. Real manipulation has been dropped, and they do get the Lord. Yooms getting focused down from the back. Meanwhile, Chiku is able to kill the Matilda. They do find the Lunox in the backline as well. Smooth causing so much havoc right now. He's so difficult to kill. Maximum charge, not able to find the kill onto Chiku. Momo dealing with 3 people on his own, but that is an unstoppable streak for Smooth.
Oh my goodness, what an interesting decision. Todak capitalized in a situation that Vin was so far away, took a jab on the Lord, and this is going to be the second Lord in Todak's favor again. Beautiful stuff coming from Todak. They're dragging this long enough so that SMG will make more mistakes. And with this Lord empowered minions, hopefully they can clear up some of this outer towers that is protecting SMG's base to give them a little bit more room to work with. And hopefully that is going to be able to get some pickup, because right now in the bottom side, we do see Smooth going to be getting jeopardized progress here from 4Maze, but the buff almost getting stolen away from Todak.
It's actually really important that 4Maze is stealing away this orange buff in particular, because again, unless Sasa has that extra added damage, and more importantly, the slow, he's not taking anything crazy like marksman emblems. He is going straight for the mystery shop to quickly get his items as fast as possible, and without that orange buff, he might not be able to independently peel off the members. So Toda,
18 minutes into the game, and well, the tables have turned. Todak are known as a late game team for a reason, and they are now leading in terms of net worth, putting the pressure onto the Hayabusa as they jump on top of it with 4Maze and Chiku. Win will back off to the safety of his team. Real world manipulation, not gonna find any targets. Yume's looking for a catch in the backline. Expedia using the circling eagle, but Todak will decide to retreat.
This is huge coming in from Todak as they buy a little bit more time and getting their items into the game here. Interesting enough, Antique Kira's being purchased from Momo, as well as the Glorious Armor is going to be helping them in all this fight, just because of how the damage over time coming from SMG with the Eve as well as the Sasa's magic skills is going to be reducing each time it gets hit.
Yep, I mean, the Radiant Armor is such a powerful buy in these situations, but unfortunately, it's only going to go for so long as Todak, eventually it's going to come down to how much gold can you accumulate to switch out for Winter Truncheon as well as Immortality when the cooldowns are up. As long as they keep that in mind, Team SMG might actually have a way to play around the initial burst damage that Todak actually has. Moon, when he has Brilliance, can blow people up. When he has the Darkening, that's when Team SMG has a huge problem, and they can't seem to deal with it unless they can break open the Brilliance early.
Well, that's gonna be a problem that Team SMG needs to solve, because even if they do manage to break over into Brilliance early, Moon is not the only carry from Todak. 4Maze is gonna start to fall off in terms of damage here, but Momo is gonna start getting really big as time goes on. Win finds Chiku in the bush. Unfortunately, his knockout strike does miss. Ogi Shadow Kill gonna be popped on top of Paquito's move. Gonna be jumping onto Moon in the backline with the help of Expedia. Chiku manages to escape from Team SMG. Real world manipulation being popped to allow Smooth to back off after his immortality was expended.
It's not bad overall. I mean, considering the number of his battle spells actually being used, Todak actually win out on that fight despite really getting low on these engagements.
Yep, slowly but surely, SMG is just losing out in terms of so much damage just because of itemizations coming from Todak. As a sooner or later, Smooth won't be able to stop everyone from side Todak, whereas Todak, they do have the HP to fight against SMG. However, ladies and gentlemen here, if you enjoy this grand finals here, you want to stay fresh with 5 times the freshness with every good game with Rexona. Man, the Charcoal Detox and Lime Cool is keeping up all the players up and fresh and on the edge of their tables playing this grand finals.
8 more seconds until the next Lord is going to come up. We're already 20 minutes into this game and both teams refusing to back down. Yume's making sure he opens up the map and holds key points, making sure that Team SMG's movements are always tracked, and more importantly, they do not get flanked. They need to make sure that Moon is not gonna blow his Brilliance way too early.
We're now seeing a very obvious flaw in Team SMG's lineup. If they're playing 4 and 1, that means that a large chunk of their forces has to be together at all times, which allows Todak's stronger individual members to constantly apply pressure across the map. Luminous Lord is now up, Win is eyeing it, but Todak are very nearby, and this could be a dangerous contest.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting one here. Todak, they're trying to bait out the Lords, but Yules might be a little bit overextended, but he is going to get poked up. It seems to me he's feeling pretty okay. He doesn't have a lot of HP, but looks at this. SMG, they force up multiple things, and they can't seem to finish him off. Meanwhile, Chiku on the minimap secretly waiting for the right moment, and he finds Sasa, and the Winter Truncheon coming in from Sasa. He's going to keep him alive. It's going to be A-okay. Todak, they want to swarm up Sasa, but Win will be trying his best to peel away at the armors and HPs of Todak as they may go for a couple of plays. Chiku a little bit over aggressive, will be caught out, and he needs some help. Yules is going to be there. Finn looking to finish him, and he will get the kill. However, the Todak has been started. Can they get the steal? Who is it going to get it? But it seems like it is going to be 4Maze, and Todak once again secures the Lord, and SMG will only get Chiku in the process.
Oh my goodness, Win was so close from stealing that away. Yume's now in some trouble here, but they managed to actually take out 4Maze, and unfortunately for Team SMG, they cannot get this killing blow onto Todak. They're getting very very close. 3 members already down. They have to muscle their way in despite the Lord empowered minions and the Lord spawning in about 4 seconds.
This is very dangerous right now. Only 2 members of Todak alive, but the Lord has spawned. Moon gonna be focused down straight away. Even they're just in the backline. They don't care about the Lord. The crystal is exposed. Game 1 goes to Team SMG.
What a big clutch coming from Sasa to bait out Chico with a Winter Trunkian swap at the last minute, forcing everyone from Todak to be fighting in an unfavorable position. A valiant attempt, but still amazing game 1 to start things off here in the grand finals.
The new Team SMG, reformed, refreshed, and even better than ever. Cool, calm, and collected are there going to be their key words. Let's hear the communications between this team of Team SMG.
Boleh terus sebelum
Saya bisa jalan kau.
sebelum apa tu?
Tengok left right.
Nampak dulu.
Nice.
Boleh.
Target. Boleh.
Lek, balik lek. Boleh.
Boleh kau?
Alamak, mati gua.
Enggak.
Jangan lagi. Bagi dia ambil.
Gas.
Dia. Oh, kemana? Target. Boleh, Wan?
Oh, ke bawah eh.
Nice! Boleh.
Cuba
Gas.
gitu tau.
Gas, jangan takut tau. Salah kick. Ngapain tu?
Santuy. Darat tu.
Dia udah salah semua jauh. Ini udah salah.
Nah,
Apa tu? Ada 1 minit.
Nice boy. Wih.
Bagi kita.
Bagi kita ni boleh guys.
Mid. Itu tak ada flicker.
Hati-hati lek.
Mid boleh? Mid.
Di dalam
Mid
ni,
boleh?
jaga mid.
Mid boleh? Mid. Sakit siap.
Oh, anjing.
Lain selot dari belakang, cok.
Oi.
Boleh lagi ah. Main. Jangan lari.
Dia berslot.
Boleh buka lah. Buka lah.
Lagi banyak ni. Tahu lagi bawah.
Tahu. Sabar. Orang.
Things seem to be going really well for Team SMG, and I take it back. Cool, calm, and collected might not be the words to describe after listening to their mic check. It looks like they're having plenty of fun, but this game is as hectic as ever. Nobody is backing down in these situations. Let's break it down, especially for this post-game analysis before we move into Game 2. What exactly went wrong for Todak in that fight?
You know, they solely, it comes down to the drops, right? When it comes to the late game potential, they are very, very lacking. Arguably, they have the items to deal with the damage output coming from Kimi, but they had to rely solely on mistakes being made by SMG to be able to capitalize on this. And multiple times, Chico has been in the backlines trying to find opportunities. Yes, arguably, they are able to get it, but most of the times, they're losing out on these fights. And while they're able to win in trade-offs, they're actually playing catch-up most of the times.
In addition to that, Todak has a lineup that profits the most when their opponents are kind of split up. They want to be able to completely create chaos in the battlefield, split people up so that they can pick people one by one, which is why we saw Team SMG playing as 4 most of the game, other than Smooth, who, as we saw, was perfectly capable of handling himself. At the end, when Todak went for the all-in dive to try and get the kills, that Winter Trunkian played a big role. Chiku was suddenly caught out, not sure what he should do, while the rest of the team was just completely wailing on Todak.
I don't think Todak realized how much pushing power Team SMG actually had with Kimi as well as the Hayabusa, on top of the fact that they also had Smooth on this. Thamos, he popped his ult and he was like, no, we are clearing this wave, we are looking to end this game, and with the sheer power of Kimi, it was more than enough to crush down the crystal. However, I do want to highlight Expedia. He was disengaging a lot of the important team members like Zion Senpai and as well as Smooth from some dire situations, and you can tell by his assist, he is crushing it.
Yeah, he's done really, really well in this situation. Like Expedia, I'm not gonna lie, he has played out of his mind in that particular game. His heals was really, really on point, but he was always making sure that Win is gonna be his priority target to take care. Sasa is gonna be secondary, knowing that Sasa can kind of position himself in a very way. But still, you have to give credit towards Sasa. I'm not gonna lie. That unexpected flanks coming in from Todak, from the sides, kind of preventing him to actually, forcing Todak to be in a very awkward position just to dive Sasa is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot of patience. And I mean, for Chiku, he understands that, yes, I am a Paquito. I'm only going to be buying. I'm already maxed out. If I go and farm in the jungle, there is literally no benefit. I don't plan on selling these items, and neither do I want to get a Winter Truncheon at any point in time.
Yeah, Team SMG just outplayed Todak there. I feel like their draft was already solid, but the game plan and the way they execute